Gators through the mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out. He's showing love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.
Guys didn't know or didn't get it, Colby Dean is here with us. Big shout out to everybody listening in. If you can, please follow him on that Instagram. We're probably going to say that a lot of times before he takes off on us and becomes this crazy famous kid because he's probably already been. Colby, how you doing?
How's it going?
Well, I'm doing okay. I'm not sick, which is it's basically a dodging, right? So, you know, coming out of Montana, and now you're you even got your own Instagram where you traveled the world, and which is really crazy, and it's the music that's bringing you there, which is even more amazing. A lot of the guys and girls that come through my show, that's their dream. So let me know where it all started.
Wow, I feel like you know more about me than I do. That sums it up so well, though. Yeah, I started in. So I've been out of Montana for 7 years now.
Okay.
So I moved down to Nashville when I was 18, and I stayed here for a couple years almost. It's about a normal Nashville lifespan.
That's funny.
I went on a tour, and that's what brought me to a lot of the U.S. states. So I've been to 49 states now.
Wow.
And I would have been in Alaska today. That would be my 50th state.
Yo.
I know, so I just missed it. But what would have brought me there was a cruise ship. That was the next place I went. So I've been working on ships for a long time.
Oh,
and,
slick.
Yeah.
He's slick with it. You gotta apply for that, don't you?
Oh yeah, it takes a while. Yeah, I got in, and that's how I've seen a lot of the countries of the world.
Yeah.
But I meet all these people there. So like there was a guy named Ronwald from the Philippines, and we wrote 6 songs together in a cabin on the ship. And I went to the Philippines and I recorded the album with him there, and he formed a band for me. And so just that took me to the Philippines, music. I've actually been there 3 times now. So doing music, and I meet a lot of Filipino people on the ship because 80% of seafarers are Filipino.
Yeah.
So, I know more people there than I know here, pretty much, honestly.
You know what? Yeah. So big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com. If you guys didn't know, Colby Dean, EP on a rise. You got this thing you made in a cabin, and then all of a sudden, you're taking these TV times. You got TV times. You end up in a whole bunch of gigs, and then coronavirus. Tell me, because I know you're on you're basically on a cruise ship where everybody thinks it started, and then just not the one you was on, hopefully. But
wasn't me.
How are you responding to this?
Well, I was stranded at sea for 55 days. We just float, and the captain says, we floated 800 miles, we're gonna start driving back. And then you get there in 3 days and you float again. So I did that for a while. And then obviously all the money stops coming in. Yeah. All of it. So that's the next EP, that's the music videos, that's promotion, so you have to kind of adapt to that. And again, back to Philippine connections, I started getting some calls to be on live TV there, and play music. Yeah. So I just kind of, under it all, just dropped 4 new songs on Filipino television while we're in coronavirus, just from my room. But these are songs I either wrote during Corona or just on the ship or in Nashville. Because I've just moved back to Nashville 30 days ago. So that's the full circle where Corona has took me.
Wow.
Now I work.
Brought you back to the life-spanning life. Hopefully hitting some kind of outside bar or something. Oh, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody a little clip of one of these songs. Will I is it? Will I Go? And what I want to know is, and I'm going to give them a little clip, is well, hopefully I get this story right with who's in the video and all this other stuff, and where did the hair go and all this other stuff. But we'll talk to you guys in a few. Here's a little clip of Will I Go, available on YouTube, and actually in a lot of playlists too on YouTube. So make sure you guys go ahead and check this out. Colby Dean, Will I Go.
Don't look for me by morning. Sometimes I think that I might miss this place.
That was Will I Go, the video. I know it's like short. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So you stop at Sydney. That's what I'm taking it? You stop at Sydney, which is, I'm taking it that's one of the first times you're there?
So I was working on a ship, and that was its home port. So I was there every 7 or 8 days or 2 days, 11 days. I was just in Sydney.
That's lovely. Like,
Yeah.
I only got Twitter friends from Sydney. Like, that's all I got.
It was even better because everywhere else had no electricity, so Sydney was like the only place to buy toothpaste. So
Oh my gosh. That's nuts. Sydney. Why Sydney to do a video?
I met a dancer who lives in Sydney, and she's turned into a production manager. So she was really able to cast this video for me, and we found all these local connections. So it's an Australian videographer, Australian model, shot by an Australian producer, and it all just came together so perfectly and arranged perfectly, and we just shot the video together.
So me and this connection that you guys got going on, the Nashville, the Montana, and then you end up on QSJ because of publishing, which, you know, they got to do their job. But how did you and Keith end up meeting through this whole thing?
Yeah, Keith, sorry for giving you a heart attack earlier. How did Keith and I meet? It was through publishing, basically. It was through music. Heard one of my songs, and we got talking, and signed him the publishing contract.
You know, he's doing his job, because I can't even. He's doing his job. So, as an artist that started doing these songs, recording them, and then, you know, when was it that you decided, hey, I need to take this a little bit serious? I'm always hitting these spots. I think I'm working hard enough, taking real good pictures, and all this other crazy stuff. When was it like, okay, I can do this. I can balance the life, because that's basically what you did. But now you got hits. You got hits, and they're waiting, and they're waiting for a vaccine. That's what they're waiting for. And when was it that you wanted to take this serious?
Once I moved to Nashville and started meeting people who do take it seriously, I learned a lot from them. And so I was pretty much 19 that I started writing the songs. That's when Will I Go was written. Actually, this house I just moved back into, I wrote it in this living room the night that I was leaving. Wow. So the whole song is basically it's going full circle.
What is this song about?
Yeah. So the first lines are, the way the water rises when it rains, the river, and that's in the backyard. And it's been raining a lot.
So there's an influence of Montana and Tennessee. There's a lot in there. A lot of country, a lot of folk type of music, storytelling. Where did the songwriting come from? Because you could always write your own version, but then there's these things where I feel what he's saying, even though he's not feeling the way I'm feeling. You make it relatable. You make other people cry, happy, smile, whatever. That comes a lot into songwriting. Where did the songwriting come from?
So the way you hear it on the record was the exact jam session that first happened, basically. Like, because everybody who lives in my house was a songwriter. And we all just kind of got home from work at the same time. Me and one other guy, we were jamming out the chords. Okay. And he was on the slide guitar. And that's where that whole influence comes from, because he was just slide guitaring the whole time. And I was playing acoustic guitar. And then a roommate came home, started playing the drums. And then a roommate came home, started playing the bass.
What, like bits and pieces?
Yeah. And so we were working on the bridge of the song once the bass player got home. That's how far we got. We had a first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, working on the bridge. And then the drummer comes in on the chorus, and then we just jam it for like 4 or 5 hours, pretty much. Just like all these different ideas. And yeah, I brought
just a lead singer.
And tried to replicate that session with studio players.
Wow.
But the songwriting itself was basically a true story, because I was moving back to Montana the next day. You know, I just did the drive. It's about 33 hours. So you don't, you know, and that was my not first major move, because I'd already at this point lived in Arizona as well, because I did 9 months in Phoenix. That's a song. No, so Montana to Arizona, and then Arizona to Nashville. So now I'm going back to Montana. But yeah, I'm just feeling the drive of the West, and I know how long that road is, and yeah, just all kind of was one emotion that was captured in a single night. But then I actually wrote on it for 5 years. I tweaked little tiny words here and there, and I actually finished it in Boston because
He's all over the place. He's all over the place, people. I'm telling you. 49 states today would have been Alaska. That's crazy.
50, more than the 50.
Yeah, it would have been. Oh wait, it would have been 50. Where am I talking?
But the bed I'm actually sleeping on here, that used to be in my Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I was touring in that for 4 months. I did 12,000 miles, and that's also I did a lot of writing on Will I Go during that time. So I was just sitting in a park in Boston. It was just by a really, really loud park. Like the traffic was right there. But I wrote the line, I will lie in my home the day they lay my bones to rest.
Yeah.
And that's what ended the song. That's what brought it all together. Like,
that
that's
was,
what I was
that was
trying
on Will
to
I
say.
Go. That was on, yeah. What the scene with the video? You guys got to check this video out. It's lovely. So before we get into Simon,
that's a big picture of the song.
So is this EP seems to be a reflection of an adult version of you as you have a job and start leaving things and didn't think that you were going to care so much. Are there hearts that are broken during this situation?
Like in the video?
No, like in the EP. Like
EP. Yeah. So I recorded Will I Go separately, and then I was like, I want to write a whole album for this song. Like, it deserves more than just one song. So I started taking all my music, and I went to Montana, and I would, wake up at 11 in the morning and then go to bed at 2, then wake up at 12 and go to bed at 3, then 1 and go to bed at 4. And all of a sudden you're like, I got to go to bed because it's 6 o'clock, And you do this for it was probably 30 days or so. And I was just working on these songs, all from different places of my life. Like Lost Mythology was written during the same time of Will I Go, but Suddenly was brand new. And then there was Strangers Passing By was like, I remember I wrote this one chorus with this one person 4 years ago, and it was awesome. And then I finished the song with a new idea.
How can you remember those? How do you remember that? Like, you know what? I'm going to use that. And do you have a recording session? Or did
it was when I wrote it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the Strangers Passing By, that's what I just released, a music video for it. And that was written on the couch downstairs, but it's since flooded because the river really does rise here.
Oh my gosh!
But my roommate was passing by, and in passing, I was like, "Hey, you want to write a song?" He's like, "Yeah, let's jam." We jammed. It was probably 20 minutes, but we had "What If I Never Even Looked Into Your Eyes? What If We Were Only Strangers Passing By?" And we had all the melodies and everything. I was like, "That is so strong." And I just popped back in for this album, and I wrote it with kind of the same idea of what we had in that moment.
Crazy.
But
I said it's so like it's a thing like only like special people have to continuously bring the emotion, because some people are just like trying to go with the motions, but you're trying to bring the emotion. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of lovely. I really wanted to hear that. So if you guys didn't know, just write stories when you're about to leave, and you're good. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Lost Mythology. It's available on the EP, and we'll get to Strangers Passing By, which is there's a lyric video right now on YouTube. I'm sure that he's waiting to be able to take his mask off to throw a video for you with the new hairdo. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Lost Mythology, Colby Dean on QSJRadio.com.
Heard every fairy tale, read Edgar's poem.
Lost Mythology, Colby Dean on QSJRadio.com. Awesome, right there. It's like everything. The vibes. Everybody's going crazy. Females already took their shirts off. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't know. Are you waiting to get in front of the crowd, man? I know this has got to be bugging you out.
Yeah, I was actually going to be in Manila again, like this month. After I was in Alaska, I was going to be in Manila in the same month.
Wow, that would have been a culture shock, basically.
That used to be my normal life before all this happened.
Man,
but
how you coping as an artist? Because I know we talked about the money stopping, and yes, we could record new music and be creative, but there's that stuff where you're like you've always been pushing this message, have always been trying to get in front, and now you're just like crossing your fingers every share of the way. You know, like how are you coping as an artist?
Yeah, I've actually turned it into an opportunity. That's why I came back to Nashville, because I could have just sat in Montana, got $600 a week, and been like, maybe I can write a song about how good life is, you know? But I came down to Nashville, and I was like, I'm going to go somewhere where I can be thoroughly entertained, and I can play shows, I can write songs, I can network, I can meet people. I've already written 4, 5, 6 songs here with 2, 3 different people, and I've only been here for 30 days, and so I've been really just trying to burn the candle at both ends still, always, you know. And this is what fuels music. It's like I'm making half of what I was before, and I'm working way harder.
Yep, it does.
I
You gotta come from the slums. You gotta come up from the slums. He's on the air mattress. It's over. Platinum album coming. He's on the air mattress. It's over. It's true though. Like you really, you look around and you're wondering, like, what the hell is next? Like what it is. Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna tell you right now. Big fan, following. Stuff is on my Spotify, so you know it's Colby Dean. Keith, I don't know, like he's kind of a prick to me, but it's whatever. He's doing his job. Like that's an inside joke, but he'll probably like get mad. But it's whatever. People around you, they're surrounding you. I've seen from producers. People that you've tagged yourself with, and we're not talking pictures. We're talking about career base. You're getting help all over the place. Yeah, you got some friends you jam with, but then there's those people that are actually pushing the music while you try to be creative. How has that helped you as an artist?
I've been doing a lot of that. You know, that's the other half of artistry. Is you push and you submit and you write people and you get onto the shows, and it's the other half of the full-time job, you know. But yeah, and then once it gets into those hands, like I know I've been seeing spins on this radio station, and I've been tracking other spins in Canada, England. I know 3 English radio stations that are playing it within like 50 miles of somebody that I know, and they can like tune in and check out Come On. So once it gets to that level and you don't have to think about it anymore, that's when it feels really good. You know, you put in all this groundwork, and then now it's just starting to lift off, and that builds the foundation for your next releases, because now you have a place for it to go.
Big shout out to Colby Dean. People have always been telling me, like, this guy, he's amazing. He's super professional, stuff like that. He wears a hat well. So I need to know, you went from the long dew, chilling, you know, the barbers ain't around now. I know that dude's coming back. The cutting of the hair. Was it an image thing, or was it like I need a haircut?
I have a shirt that I liked, and I wanted to have a haircut that matched it.
Are you kidding me? It was a collar shirt. Oh.
No, it's just a shirt. I bought it in the Philippines. I was like, I really like this shirt.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna match it. No, and I mean there was also an identity thing in that.
Okay.
I had the long hair for 10, 12 years, like long time.
Oh, that's like I could see
really
like
hard
growing
to
out of
do.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the cutting of the hair, and it was, I mean, you had to think about the rebranding and everything. Like it was a thought out decision. Like, can I touch this? You know? And at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. So just, you know, rebrand it, do it again. And
They telling me to get haircuts. I'm not allowed to go to the barber. Leave me alone.
yeah.
But it's all good, man. So what we're gonna do is, because I basically was like trying so hard to figure out this song right here, "Strangers Passing By," and I know we talked about it and stuff like that. But if you guys don't know, man, you guys got to check this song out right here. This right here. If you guys are drinking right now, you're gonna cry. And if you guys are just getting up, going to the late night shift, don't listen. This is one of those.
Me and you, we live our lives like a motion picture, black and white. I'm made to lie where I belong, by your side. I'm your lifetime, you're my years. When you speak, it's songs I hear. Tonight, your little fear whispered in my ear. What if I never even looked into your eyes? What if we were only strangers passing by, passing by? I journey west, I'd sing the blues, I'd weave my sorrow into tunes, tell my youth for soothing whispers back to you. What if I never even looked into your eyes? What if we were only strangers passing by, passing? What if I never even looked into your eyes? What if we were only strangers passing by, passing by?
Strangers Passing By, Colby Dean, written in a cabin. Hey, you guys, you just can't. You gotta understand. Like, you don't get hits like this just chilling. You gotta surround yourself with people crying at the same. Well, not really. It's really heartfelt. People are saying it's heartfelt. They're loving it. People are drinking right now. You know, it's exactly what you want. You know what I mean? This is that long ass drive. You can't with this drive either. Like, can't listen to this stuff driving either. Like, It's not sad stuff. It's just stuff that brings out a lot. It's not. I'm here to make you cry. I'm not talking counting crows. Shout out to the counting crows, but But anyways, listen. I gotta get you on this hot seat, because if I don't, they're gonna ban me. But here I go, and you're gonna get a set of new questions, and they might be funny.
We have now started our fast round, where our guests are asked a few questions about themselves that they wouldn't expect us to ask. Don't worry, it's not like that. Hope you didn't think we were that underground.
I'm going to take 2 minutes out of your day, like we just took a few minutes out of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in with us or coming on with us. It's amazing having you on here. Big fan. Everybody's a big fan of you on our show. So I'm hoping that the vaccine comes. You hit the stage. You get the crowds. You get. Hopefully you're not looking for headlines, because I don't want to see headlines. No. But anyways, here's some funny questions that we're going to get to know you. What do you think these things are? All this other, it's a really crazy bunch of questions, all right?
Yeah.
One question is cereal soup or not?
No.
Why is cereal not soup?
Wait, is there a new soup or not a new soup?
No, why is cereal soup?
Cereal soup. Oh, it's cereal soup. Okay. No.
No, why?
Because it's milk.
Because it's milk. Well, it's Spanish. You've been around the world. You've seen people do soup with milk before. All right. What is the sexiest and least sexiest name? Name. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not talking that stuff.
I was like, whoa, we can go deep into that. No, name. Man. I'm trying to not
offend, right? I'll tell you one. The least sexiest name is Karen. Let me stop. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. I'm just playing, Karen. I'm gonna get X'd out for that.
Do I have an A and a B?
Yeah. Let's pass that.
No, you gotta get deep. You gotta be like, what would you name your child?
Okay, you want some deep stuff? I got some deep stuff, bro. I got some deep stuff. Don't get me there. I cry on the stair. I cry on the air. I get you back with my guitars. All right.
I accept Gertrude is the least sexiest, and I'm thinking like, no, Stacy's not a sexy name. I'm thinking all these names like, no, sorry, Stacy's. You're my aunt.
Yeah, let's before I mess things up for you.
There you go.
Let's move on. What is a secret society you would start?
Secret society of
secret society. I don't know. This is crazy. These questions, These questions are so vague.
Secret society of knowing what's actually going on.
Oh, yeah. I don't even. That is lovely. I would love to start that. What is the best Wi-Fi name you've seen?
The one I have right now, it's the Krusty Krab, but the good part is the password is jellyfishing. All lowercase. And I inherited that. We just haven't changed it. It's like, yeah, jellyfishing.
What? What is the funniest joke you know by heart?
I don't know jokes.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
I do it.
I do it too. I don't understand the hype or the anger towards it.
Yeah, they just have nothing better to do.
Yeah. Is the dress blue or yellow? I don't know. What is the best type of cheese?
Cheese? I'm named after Colby, so.
Are you kidding me? He's named after a cheese? You guys
people remember my name. Say I Colby, like the cheese. Yeah.
Okay.
Not Kobe. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Bad year for everybody. I'm telling you.
That was 2020 BC, before Corona.
What body part do you wish you could detach? What?
Detach. I mean, I guess detachable thumbs. That's a thing. Yeah. Like, we have disposable thumbs, so we might as well go one more upgrade. Like, that's what makes us the best animals, is our thumbs. So
sometimes I want to detach my ears because I don't feel like hearing anybody's beep. So, if peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Peanut butter soup. So soup.
I'll bring it back to the soup. Are you kidding me?
I would think peanut butter is more of a soup than cereal.
What? What? You have Reese's yet? The Reese's cereal yet? I haven't had that yet. What would the world be like if it was filled with male and female copies of you?
Copies of me?
Yeah.
Just be a lot of duets, I guess.
A lot of jamming.
Yeah.
We out. We going. That's lovely. If you were wrongfully put in an insane asylum, how would you convince them that you're actually sane and not just pretending to be sane?
I would not say anything and just do everything they tell me until they're like, this guy's not crazy. Because the minute you say I'm not crazy, they think you're crazy. But if you can listen and follow orders, they'll be like, oh, this guy's not as crazy as we thought.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But at the same time,
my way out, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be the prisoner, then I'm like, hey, you can have some, free time. Like, oh, you want to be the guard? And I was like, oh, I'll be the janitor for a while until I can get out.
Well, that's all the funny questions I have. I'm not so funny, man. When I start yelling at people, then they think I'm funny, which is ridiculous. Big shout out to everybody listening. Tune in to QSJRadio.com, home of the unsigned artists. Colby Dean. You can find him on Colby Dean Music. He does have a link to his travel Instagram, and he loves taking pics. So follow him. And so what's the future like for Colby Dean? I know you're in Nashville right now and getting back into that achy breaky hard honky tonk type of lifestyle, which is, it's lovely because the music there is amazing and it's diverse. People think it's just one genre there, but it's not. I've been to Nashville before and it's amazing. What's the future right now? What's the plans?
So there's 2 songs that I recorded back in November, and in Los Angeles. I went to LA. We're still kind of waiting on those, but they'll be here soon. And
that's hopeful.
Yeah. But that was my plan, was to release those 4 new songs through that television show. And those are out on YouTube now, so you can watch those. There's playlists being made, so that's kind of like the new EP. It's just me with the acoustic guitar and sharing the song, And we'll eventually work up into a release of recording those songs. And I live 13 minutes away from the guy who recorded my first album, so I'll be knocking on his door.
That's nice.
And we'll get it going. And yeah, I have a side project as well. We're called Rippy Dippy.
Rippy Dippy, okay.
He's living in the house right now. I was actually just in the room, and I was like, dude, I gotta go. Like, we were writing a song, and he's gonna be here for a few weeks. We're gonna finish up our next album together, and I play acoustic guitar and help write the songs in that group. So a few side projects, and I'm producing a song for a girl in the Philippines named Simone.
Work.
I'm collaborating with a bunch of musicians I know. So I have drums coming from Manila, I have keyboards coming from Sydney, I have guitar coming from New York, and then I'm going to put in my acoustic in Nashville, and then she's going to track it in Cebu, and we're going to release it there when we can. But yeah, somebody I received some music from, and now I'm just going to help them produce their music, and yeah, hope we get out there as well.
That's nice.
I got a lot to do.
That's a lot. Well, it's good because you're keeping yourself in tune with a bunch of stuff. That's good. Keeping your hands and stuff. Now, our show is usually dedicated to the underground, unknown, guys that don't know what's going on. You've taken your job, where your job has taken you in opportunities, but you had to knock the door. You knock the door out for yourself because you're there. Why not? Right? You meet, you network, you do a whole bunch of stuff. We got all that. The EP basically was made on the go. And what is some advice do you tell these artists that are starting out, or they're you know, there's got to be something that I don't know. I feel like Colby got his stuff together. He's one hit away, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. What do you tell these guys?
So you get one step closer every time. What I would say. It was my first EP was recorded in a room in the Philippines for $5 an hour. I flew 7,000 miles to record that, and we did it in 10 days, and that went a certain distance, you know. And then the next band comes out, and we release music out of Austin, Texas. We were called Squirrels on Mars. We had a record label, everything, and now we're playing in front of 2,500 people, and that went decently far. And then Colby Dean comes, and you just stand on these shoulders, and every time just improve every time, and just don't stop doing it, and mean everything you do.
Awesome. Great talking to you, Colby. So much for coming on. Go back to writing those songs. Yeah. This is really good having you here, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll talk to you soon. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube, Colby Dean Music on Instagram. It's all over the place. EP definitely all over the place, and I can't wait for these songs to come from LAX. I got that. I know. I understand. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Do I hang up or do you hang up?
I'm going to hang up. I thought I hung up.
Cool, so that's off?
Oh, I don't think so.
They should never gave this dude a mic. Here we go! He's killing it. Watch out! He's so in love and he's mad about it. Mad love. That's why we say, come on, man, you already know. Mad love.